childhood. I lived in a house with my family in the United Arab Emirates. We hired an Indonesian nanny who initially seemed very friendly, kind and sociable. Nonetheless, 3 weeks later, she began behaving very strangely and bizarrely. The nanny was intimidating and aggressive towards me, even when nothing was my fault. She accused me of screaming profanities, swearing and throwing things at her. At that age, I had never used or even known any swear words. My mother never believed me and inevitably believed the nanny's accusations. One afternoon, I witnessed a scary tall woman dressed in black who haunted me for at least 2 weeks. My family was having lunch together in the kitchen, while I was lying on the sofa alone in the living room when I suddenly became paralyzed. I thought to myself that this was not real, just a nightmare, that I was imagining things. The room transferred into hell. All I could hear were hysterical screams, and the walls appeared to be on fire, burnt to ash, while I was paralyzed. The demon woman demanded that I come towards her, pointing her finger at me.
Help! Please, get me out of here! It's so hot!
After a short
It's
while,
everywhere!
I fainted. Fast forward a few months later, my mum was in her car, picking up my brother and me from school. While she was driving, her phone rang. She answered, and my sister reported that the maid was trying to run away from home. My mum told her she was approaching the roundabout and almost home. Once we returned, my parents told my siblings and me to stay in different rooms while they deal with the maid. My dad investigated the maid's suitcase and found that she had packed our family's clothes. He also discovered a small jar filled with blood, accompanied by a piece of paper with writing in a satanic black magic style. To make matters worse, the woman who had haunted me was an actual jinn that the nanny had summoned to haunt me. Subsequently, my parents demanded that the maid returns to Indonesia. Ever since, my sister acted bizarrely. Whenever our family was around her, she had huge, dark circles under her eyes, looked sleep deprived, malnourished, sick and pale. One day, she came into my room and sat down. Afterwards, she played the Quran, screaming hysterically while reading it. And this continued for 2 days. She recited verses she had never memorized or learned. During the night, my mum confessed that she felt scared and unsafe whenever she was left alone with my sister. I let my mum sleep in my room on my bed, while I slept on a mattress on the floor. At 3 a.m. on the dot, my sister woke up, grabbed me, threw me outside her room and locked me out. I was bewildered, confused about how I ended up outside her room when I had been sleeping in my own. Moments later, I heard my mom screaming. I ran into the hallway, screaming, and banged on my siblings' doors. When they opened, they tried to help me break my mum's door, but it would not open. My dad shouted for my mum to open the door. While she struggled, blood surrounded us, and in the corner of my room, my sister was crouched, laughing evilly. My family was fed up and decided that my sister needed an exorcism by a sheikh. However, the young and inexperienced sheikh said that my sister was completely fine. Our family then took her to the hospital, where psychiatrists misdiagnosed her with bipolar disorder. Afterwards, when we returned home, my sister only wanted to be with me. Over the years, she gradually recovered but remained strange. Whenever she invited me into her room, or I needed something from it, there was a metallic, bloody odor which I ignored. Years later, my mum was on the phone with her friend who mentioned a sheikh in Egypt who had successfully performed an exorcism on her possessed daughter. My mother decided to take my sister to this sheikh. She never disclosed the plans in detail and flew there with my sister. When they returned from Egypt, my mother confessed that my sister had been under a black magic curse ever since the Indonesian nanny had left. I had a flashback of when I was paralyzed in the dark, confronted by a demonic jinn that demanded I approach her. I had refused her demand, but my sister had accepted, which is why she became possessed. She had, in a way, sold her soul to that of a jinn.